strong drive to the hoop.
Eric, the turnaround shot, nothing but net. Wamar rings the bell with a three.
Chavez drills in a free.
Lastimosa.
Over the defense. What a big shot for Inocomo.
MPBL National Champions. My guess. Oh, what a play! What a play!
This is going to be a test of strength. The Pasay Voyagers versus the San Juan Knights.
Crazy sequence!
The first round of the MPBL Season 7 playoffs has been entertaining so far as the action resumes here in the North Division. And we're live coming from the Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City as we begin festivities here as the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards will later defend their turf against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. But first, for our curtain raiser, we have Orlan Wamar who will spearhead the Knights once again in their quest for another MPBL title. They would go up against one of the breakout stars this year in Cyrus Tabi as they look to get a head start dito sa kanilang serye. That's our doubleheader here in Palayan City. Number 3, San Juan will take on the 6th-seeded Pasay Voyagers. And in our main attraction, number 2 seed Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards will go up against Coach Gerson Gabildes and the rest of the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, Ken Pangilinan with Coach Christian Luanzon, and at courtside later we'll hear from Ms. Mika Abisamis. And Coach Chris, San Juan looks prime for another deep playoff run. What does Pasay need to do here if they want to mount an upset?
No, totoo yan, no? Dahil San Juan, 6 seasons in the league, won a championship, has been to the national finals obviously, and has yet to fall short of being in the division finals, to your point. And if you're Pasay, I think they just have to, control the boards, to be specific about it, because this San Juan team is deep in their roster. Dumagdag pa si Soyud ng mga last few games bago matapos yung season. At the same time, they have to contain Orlan Wamar, their number 1 player.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And live din po tayo ngayon on pusop.com. Let's bring in our courtside reporter, Ms. Mika Abisamis. Mika, it's nice to be back once again in Palayan City. How are things going with San Juan and Pasay heading into the series?
Maraming salamat, Ken. Coach Chris, always excited to be here. No? Yung crowd dito talagang iba naman. At para dito sa San Juan Knights, in Coach Alex Angeles' words, ang sabi niya, itong Pasay Voyagers are contender beaters. Kaya wala naman daw pagbabago sa kanyang paghahanda in terms of going against the stronger contenders in this league. At ang maganda sa San Juan Knights, nagkaroon sila ng malit na get-together dyan sa Baguio. Nagkaroon sila ng team building kung saan sila ay nag-ghost hunting. Inabot pa raw sila ng lindol at marami pang activities kung saan sila ay mas naging close as a team, at ikukwento ko yan sa inyo maya-maya lamang. Para naman dito sa Pasay Voyagers, para kay Coach M, ang sabi niya, ang battle cry nila is to get to the next round. Nagkakaroon daw kasi ng persona itong Pasay na lagi lang silang nandito sa first round ng playoffs. No? Nakalaban nila ang Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards 2 beses at pangalawang beses silang makakatapat itong San Juan Knights. Sabi ni Coach M, kahit ano pang magic ang gawin namin, talagang malakas ang nakakalaban namin at this point of the competition. Kaya walang iba kaming magagawa kung hindi maniwala to believe that we will actually get to the next round. At alam nyo, pagpasok ko sa dugout nila, nakita ko that everybody is actually ready for this opportunity. Ken, Coach Chris.
Who knows? This might just be the year para dito sa Pasay Voyagers. Maraming salamat, Mika, for that wonderful intro. Pero, Coach Chris, it's a test of strength between these two teams. And we mentioned Pasay Voyagers. They are on an 11-game winning streak heading into the series, going up against San Juan, who is also on a roll after that loss against Abra. And when we picture this matchup, Coach Chris, Pasay is one of the lethal offensive teams we have ever since Coach Marlon Martin spearheaded itong kupunan nila heading into this matchup. Pero ito, silipin muna natin ang ating playoff bracket. We saw the 1-8 and 4-5 matchups both in the North and South Division. Abra, as usual, as expected rather, tinalo nila itong Ilagan Isabela. Caloocan pushing Pampanga to the limit here. And then in the South, Quezon beating Mindoro. And somehow an upset, Gensan, tinalo itong Basilan.
Well, there's no pushover team, that's for sure. You're looking at the teams right now, even a team like Pangasinan. I've been saying all season long, they're going to play tonight against, one of the teams, one of the best teams in the league in Nueva Ecija, former champion itself. This is a contending team. Pasay, as we mentioned, yes, they've been trying to go over the hump. 6 seasons in the league, 5. They skipped 1 season. But this is a team you cannot take for granted because they're a well-coached team. They have the talent. If you don't show up, a team like San Juan, if they don't show up, you're looking for an upset. And an upset kahit na sa best of 3 series wherein Game 1 is so important because it sets the tone for the series. Yung next mo, knockout na kagad yun para dun sa team that fell behind na natalo the previous game.
Well, we're talking about San Juan. Napaka-impressive nung kanilang run so far here in the MPBL. 5 consecutive times that they've reached at least the division finals.
Just a record that will be tough to beat, really. Now, I know they only have 1 championship, but, as coaches would always say, they're looking for consistency with their players. And we always say it all starts from the management, and the management, both players and management, have done their job. The record speaks for itself. Again, 1 championship, 1 finals, 2 finals appearances, 1, and then all division finalists. Everything, they fell short, but this year they're looking to get over that hump because matagal-tagal na yung huling kampyonato nila. Bubble season pa natin yun 5 years ago.
Yeah, and well, they're going up against the Pasay Voyagers na medyo binanggit na rin ni Mika na always they haven't gotten past the quarterfinal round in their division, and that's something that they're trying to change here. Makakalaban ulit nila yung San Juan this season.
Well, I think the most surprising thing about Pasay that all of us did not expect is, the departure. Actually, it's not a departure. They traded away basically their 2 players, itong si Victoria at si Bonifacio, and yet they put themselves in not only in a play-in position, nakapasok sila nung top 6. So to me, that's a testament more to the coaches, specifically si Coach Marlon Martin, of how he has weathered the storm, so to speak. Although the last 11 games, nabanggit mo nga, papasok ng playoffs, panay-panalo sila. So, puro rainbows yun ng last 2.5 months.
Yeah, beating the teams like Rizal and Zamboanga in that 11-game winning run. But balikan muna natin itong San Juan Knights. Again, with Orlan Wamar, we've mentioned how he has struggled to begin the season, trying to figure out Coach Alex's system, and meron ding stretch yan, Coach Chris, na got injured more than a month. But once he hit his stride, he was able to find his bearings and have a strong finish to the regular season.
Well, that's the thing. Yung unang dalawang binanggit mo of him struggling, adjusting, whatever the reason was, injured, it's all been forgettable because, nalagpasan ng kanyang performance, naramdaman ang kanyang presence simula nung pagbalik niya, specifically coming from an injury, and he has certainly made a case, if not the case, as the best point guard in the league because every time nawala siya sa loob, ramdam na ramdam yung pagkawala niya. And itong si Orlan Wamar, obviously, a key factor in this series.
And speaking of point guards, on the other side of the fence, you've got Cyrus Tabi, like we've mentioned already, one of the most promising stars here in the MPBL. And binanggit mo na rin, Coach Chris, how may mga katanungan on whether they could contend with the departure of Lawrence Victoria and Warren Bonifacio during the midway of the season, but those were answered with Cyrus Tabi stepping up para dito sa Pasay.
You know, getting traded away is no different from getting an injury because it spells opportunity for the next man up. And Cyrus Tabi, you know, as we mentioned early in the season, ito yung taong mahirap magkamali. Halos hindi nagkakamali ito eh. You know, ang dami niyang mga quote-unquote mga perfect na laro. You saw the numbers, 10 points per game. Ang laki ng inangat ng kanyang laro. More than yung a big part of yung pag-angat ng kanyang laro is yung kanyang maturity. Kaya itong si Cyrus Tabi, kung gusto niyang bigyan ng pagkakataon ang Pasay, he's gonna have to perform at a high level against a team like San Juan who finished 3rd in the division.
Very fitting yung nickname, the Righteous. Let's see if we could make the right plays here. It's game number 1 between San Juan and Pasay. Let's go to Miguel Pere for our starting lineup.
Season 7 playoffs between San Juan Knights and Pasay Voyagers. Live on pusop.com and YouTube channel of Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Time to meet our starters, beginning with the MPBL Season 2 champions, the 3rd seeded San Juan Knights. Starting at guard, number 13, Royce Alforque. At center, number 17, Aldrich Ramos. At forward, number 15, Arvin Gamboa. Also at forward, number 9, Dexter Maiquez. And at two guard, number 5, Orlan Wamar. The head coach for the San Juan Knights is Alex Angeles. Assistant coaches, Jonathan Banal, Arby Mangahas, James Pin, Nat Gregorio, Paulo Gorospe, Jigs Guadamur, and PJ Maningan. Team manager is Jun Usman. Here comes the starting 5 for the 6th ranked Pasay Voyagers. Starting at guard, number 77, Dan Sara. At forward, number 9, AJ Coronel. Also at forward, number 13, Dr. Fly, Don Reverente. At two guard, number 15, Cyrus the Righteous Tabi. And at center, number 45, Christian Farito. The head coach for Pasay Voyagers is Marlon Keith Martin. Assistant coaches, Vic Escudero, Hubert de los Santos, Adrian Bocal, Don Mordeno, Willie Generalao, and Brian Orog. Team consultant is Cholo Martin. Team owners, Raul Bacaso, Mickey Ligot, Gavin Castro, JD Castro, and Leon Calixto.
Our starting 5, first for San Juan, Royce Alforque, Orlan Wamar, Aldrich Ramos, Arvin Gamboa, and Dexter Maiquez. Sa panig naman ng Pasay, you've got Dan Sara and Cyrus Tabi na backcourt. Up front, Christian Farito, Don Reverente, and AJ Cornel. Not your usual starters for San Juan. In fact, Orlan Omar just starting in his 7th game overall this season. And Dexter Maiquez making his 6th start, while for Pasay, Cyrus Tabi has played all 29 regular season games. And let's see how he will fare here in his very first significant playoff run para dito sa Pasay.
It's usually a deceiving stat, no? Yung binanggit mo, coming off the bench, whether it's starting just like si Orlan Wamar, as Cyrus Tabi will take the first shot in this series. But we all know, I mean, he's gonna finish the game. He plays starter minutes, 30. Kung pwede nga hindi ilabas si Coach Alex yan eh. Di ba? Kung kaya mag 40 minutes yan, gagawin ni Coach Alex. You know? And usually, players would come off the bench for matchup concerns, matchup problems. But nasa playoffs na tayo. Kailangan na magsimula ni Wamar.
Maiquez traveled as he made his move. Bola babalik sa panig ng Pasay Voyagers. Their last loss was almost 4 months ago. Let's see if Coach Alex can solve this Pasay riddle so far.
Kulang pa pala yung sinabi ko. Ang sinabi ko lang, 2.5 to 3 months.
Bitin lang ng bahagya.
Bitin.
Cyrus Tabi, ayaw nang mabitin itong Pasay. No? They wanna get past the quarterfinals. Christian Farito, who's been a pleasant surprise. Coming off that trade, he fires a free. Too strong. Ball ends up with Orlan Wamar. Tried to nutmeg Dan Sara. Sara will try to make him pay, but his shot will be off the mark from free. Alforque gives it up to Arvin Gamboa. Now to Orlan Wamar. Working with Dexter Marquez. Marquez thought about it against Don Reverente. And kay Alforque, nasundutan sa likod. Pasay on the run. This is something that they have done so well since the departure of Lawrence Victoria and Warren Bonifacio, increasing the pace for their team.
What an excellent job that time by San Juan. I saw 4 white shirts run back after a turnover. That's why they were able to deflect the ball, stop the fast break. Pero bola mananatili sa Pasay, Reverente. Wala pa nakakabutas dito, 2 minutes na.
Yeah. Alforque, tinasa palabas. Pero nagkabungguan sila doon ni Don Reverente. Actually, it was Marquez and Reverente off the ball.
One thing's for sure, nakita natin, even in a drive wherein Marquez was trying to do the offensive foul. Sorry, it was a seal rather underneath by Reverente or by Marquez. Kay Reverente, natawagan ng was that a double foul?
Yeah, it was.
Double foul para sa kanilang dalawa. Nakita mo, nag-uumpisa na yung pisikalan, something na we expect sa playoffs.
Yeah. Marquez had to adjust in mid-air but was able to score the first 2 points for San Juan.
Kitang-kita mo yung improvement ng conditioning which we've been raving about the whole season. And every time you improve your conditioning, nag-i-improve din yung athleticism mo. More often than not, si Marquez, nakita mo, nag-hang time pa sa ere, in-adjust nga yung tira tulad ng banggit mo.
Coronel could not shake off Omar. Off the heel on that shot. Nagawan sa bola. And it will stay with Pasay. A foul will be whistled against a San Juan Knight. There's Alforque playing together with Ordan Wamar in the backcourt. 2 minutes gone by. Pasay has yet to score here. It's something to watch for Pasay. If their offense stalls, how will they respond? Especially against a very disciplined defensive team like San Juan. As we see there, the reverse layup from AJ Coronel.
Just when you say that, they give up a drive that opens up with a drop pass, and Coronel goes to the reverse to protect his shot. My guess, strong start for him. All 5 points from him.
5-2 agad for the Knights. Actually, long two-point shot. So it's a 4-2 for San Juan. Dan Sara can't hit the free. Omar will set the table for the guys in white. They go to Aldrich Ramos at the post. Marquez forcing it up. No good. Cyrus Tabi on the run. To Reverente. Lost it. Another turnover against the Voyagers.
They did a good job of spreading the floor. The problem was recognizing the open man. I thought Dan Sara was wide open for a kick out. Pero ito, foot on the line, off a San Juan kick out. A made basket nonetheless para sa San Juan.
Yeah, there's a long 2-point shot. Oh, wait. Did they just convert it into a free? Yeah.
Parang nakita lang natin.
Parang 2 points eh. Pero anyway.
ISTE yun stepping.
Eto hindi stepping.
Tsaka
pumasok.
Oh.
So 2 3-pointers made by San Juan to begin festivities here. 8-2 for the Knights over the Voyagers. Dan Sara to Reverente. Binigay muna kay AJ Coronel. Nothing really happening here so far. Reverente will put it on the deck. Sara will pull up. No good. Rebound Alforque.
Good pass.
The outlet to Omar. Transition free is good.
What a beautiful rebound and outlet pass by Alforque to look ahead. Wamar cleans it up, or finishes the job rather, in transition with a 3. 11-2 strong start by the Knights.
So far, hindi pa natin nakaramdaman si Cyrus Tabi and Christian Farito. Coronel will try a baseline jumper. No good. Wamar Nice pass inside. They go back out to Dexter Marquez.
Timeout.
It's a long two-point shot from Dexter Marquez, forcing the hand of Coach Marlon Martin. What a start here for the San Juan Knights.
San Juan has only missed one field goal so far in this game. Has made 4 already. 3 coming from outside jumpers, 1 inside by Marquez. And what a strong start for Dexter.
And Dexter Marquez has 7 points. Pasay trailing early by 11.
Back at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum Firm Harlica Pilipinas Basketball League. Alam naman natin that Coach M and Coach Alex are very close. Magkumpare, we're both part of that Kia coaching staff. Pero sa November 1 na daw muna sila ulit mag-uusap. And speaking of closeness, the Knights went on a great adventure in the city of Pines, as I mentioned, kung saan sila ay nag-practice sa isang court doon, ghost hunting. Noong una daw, walang gusto pumasok dun sa bahay hanggang sumigaw daw si Coach Alex, tara, pasok na tayo sabay-sabay. And they did. Also got out together as a whole. Biro nila, yung mga multo daw ata ang natakot sa kanila. After which, naka-experience sila ng lindol magkakasama. Pero hindi daw sila nag-crack. They were actually in a circle in the middle of an open forum. And even if they cannot be detailed about everything that they talked about there, look at their performance today. Coach Alex expressed how satisfying this was for a coach bago pumasok ng isang digmaan. Gaano nga ba, Coach Chris?
Coach Chris.
I don't know. I've never done and never will be a part of ghost hunting in my life, even if it's for the team. I don't know. That's the first for me. I'm happy it has turned out well for them, the way they have started in this game. But, you know, in my 20-something years of coaching, this is really the first time na narinig ko yung ganyang pagbabanding ng isang kupunan. Nag-ghost hunting. Kakaiba.
And that bond might just help San Juan make another push in the playoffs. And man, what a scorching start for the Knights. 3-pointers left and right. It's now a 15-point lead for San Juan, 19-4.
Ito yung sigurado ko, the way San Juan has been performing. Minumulto nila ngayon itong Pasay Voyagers.
Parito getting that hook shot up and in. 19-6. Homeboy, Orlan Wamar is feeling it, but that time missing on a 3. You just feel a different kind of San Juan coming into this game number 1. And Orlan Wamar, certainly one of the catalysts here. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And this was off the kick out. Nice shot fake to put the defender up in the air, and Orlando Omar knocks down his second 3-pointer.
San Juan, 83.3% from beyond the arc to begin this ball game. 5 out of 6. Giving Pasay a dose of their own medicine. We have an early coach's challenge from Coach Alex Angeles. We'll be back for the result of this one.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. Ball possession for
Successful challenge from Coach Alex. So ball will go to San Juan. Let's see here. Off of Mark Sangko.
Well, you could see the intention ng Pasay, even before they were down early. Because they know that to beat a San Juan team, it would be, for the lack of a better word, easier for them to beat them in transition rather than in the half court kung saan nakaset ang depensa ng San Juan 5-on-5. The thing is, they couldn't convert, they couldn't execute. You know, last time was a turnover, and ito, defensively, they've just been disconnected because almost all of the shots by San Juan, they've been giving up open looks.
6 frees already for San Juan. And we're not even done here in the first quarter. 16-point lead for the Knights. Jordan Rios comes in, kicks it out. Mark Sanko launches. Can't hit the free. Orden Mawar with a running start.
Para sa Pasay naman, halos lahat ng tira nila, you can see, whether it's in transition or in the half court, you feel like everything has been challenged. So that has been the difference so far in this game. That's why San Juan, aside from making their shots, they're executing to get open looks.
Raul Soyod just playing in his 4th game with San Juan, replaces Aldrich Ramos. And another veteran comes in. Papa Ray will give Dexter Marquez a reprieve. Exactly 3 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Soyud, pass intercepted by Mark Sanko. Sanko dire-derecho, using his offhand for the finish.
It could be a spark, para sa Pasay, forcing a turnover that was well read by Sanko and went coast to coast for the layup. Nobody stopped the basketball for the Knights.
Gamboa sa bandang kabila. Bintes. Bola nakuha ni Daryl Manligues. Manligues kicks it out. Rios inside. Soriano with a reverse.
It's a good timeout by Coach Alex, not wasting any time as Pasay getting momentum, 2 straight stops and 2 straight baskets in less than a minute.
Dexter Marquez having himself another solid season. 12.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, shooting at a very efficient clip, 57%. And today, already in double fingers with 10 markers.
And it's not like he's forcing the issue. Tulad ng highlights na nakikita nyo, he's been the recipient of good passes. Hinahanap siya ng mga kasama niya. Top of the key, drop pass, yung first basket niya sa ilalim. He's just in the right place at the right time. And ang pinaka-importante doon, sinushoot niya.
Pasay though has made back-to-back baskets to pull to within 12. JC Cullar, the former Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard, comes in. Bola na tapek ni Manligues. Bagsak si Cullar. It's an 8-second backward violation, but Coach Alex is arguing na nakatawid na sa half-court.
Oo. Well, here's the thing. They're gonna review this, but is a call reversible pag tinawag mo na backing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't know.
And also, hindi rin backward violation dahil natapik ni Manligues.
I know a foul is reviewable. I didn't know that once you call a traveling violation or a backcourt violation, that you could reverse the call. This is a first for me. And in a way,
They're just gonna call it an inadvertent whistle. Okay.
yeah, here's the thing. There is such a thing as an inadvertent whistle. Okay? Pero sinenyas na niya na traveling eh. Once you give that sign, that traveling violation sign, hindi mo na pwedeng bawiin yun.
Yeah. And, well, San Juan gets the basketball back. And a foul will be called against Jordan Rios. You're right. Parang indecisive yung nangyari dun.
Right.
Indecision. I should say, on the part of our game official.
But then again, I thought, we didn't see the benefit of the... Was it replayed?
Yeah, it was.
Right? So nakatawid na, tama?
Nakatawid, clearly.
Okay. So the right call basically is bumalik ang bola sa San Juan. But then again, since the call was made already, that's a first for me.
Cuellar kicks it out. Hugnatan, balik kay JC. Pupukol sa 3. Yes! Oh boy, San Juan just lighting it up here in Palayan City.
Ganun kabigat yung naging tawag against Pasay, even though it was the right call na dapat bola ng San Juan. But then again, Pasay down by 15. Naputol yung kanilang maliit na momentum bago yung tirang yon. Ang bigat ng sagot ni Sangko.
Yeah, much needed triple from Mark Sangko.
5 points for him.
San Juan still up by a dozen. Panganiban with a basketball against Jordan Rios. Cuellar will take another 3. That time it's short. Cuellar finds
fake.
Raul Soyod inside, takes his time and scores.
Beautiful pass, obviously, but I thought the catch and the fake was more impressive by Soyod, the veteran. Their late pickup, couple weeks bago mag-start ang playoffs. Salenga, wala.
Cuellar, nakuha yung bola para sa San Juan. Soberano puts in that 3-pointer from the right corner.
That's the impact of a JC Cuellar coming off the bench. Let's not forget, Cuellar really is a starter kind of player, which he did when he was with Nueva Ecija, and then took a little break, pumunta sa ibang team. Kaya pinag-agawan yan gustong ibalik sa Nueva Ecija yan
Yeah.
Pero dito, coming off the bench behind Wamar, ang laking bagay para sa San Juan. A steady guard, and they force another turnover, itong San Juan.
Yeah, also played for Makati back in Season 5 with Coach Don Dulay, JC Cuellar. It was actually his first season in the MPBL. And has been quite serviceable ever since. Shot clock is off. San Juan can opt to take the last shot of the quarter here. And try to extend their lead. Hugnatan. Bola na wala sa kanya. Salengas, they still have enough time. 2 seconds remaining. Salenga will pull up from downtown. No good. And boy, what a quarter it was for San Juan, as they held Pasay to only 13 points, and in return, firing on all cylinders in this one. A lot of threes to begin this ball game.
Too many. Really, that's one. I'm not sure if we're gonna see everything. I'm betting we will see at least 6 of them. Ito yung pangalawa. By my guess, he has 2. Made all of his 2. This was the kick out to Soberano. Hindi nakasya sa ating highlights. 3 yung nakita natin out of the 8 made by San Juan. Kaya 30 puntos ang kanilang naitala. Lamang sila ng 17 papasok ng second quarter.
By the numbers, we compare these 2 teams. And what stands out to you, Coach Chris?
Obviously, yung points allowed, yung depensa, A big disparity there. 10th place, itong Pasay, 74, kumpara sa 69. Now, you could say it's only a 5-point difference, but it only takes 1 point to win and lose a game. And there's a reason why San Juan has been one of the top teams the last 6 seasons. This season, could have been number 1. The turning point was obviously that game last month against Abra. If they won that, they probably would have been the number 1 team. But it's a different story, Ngayon, papasok ng playoffs. They ended up as the 3rd seed, and they start the second quarter with a basket by Papa Ray.
Dagdag mo na yan sa 68% shooting from the field in that first frame.
Grabe.
For the Knights.
Grabe. As if the 8 3-pointers made were not enough. Add to that, almost shooting 70% sa unang kanto to start a playoff series. You cannot ask for a better start than that, no, para sa San Juan.
Actually shooting a little bit better from beyond the arc. 72.7%. And Coach Marlon Martin trying to find the right mix. He inserts Damian Lasco here. 32-13. JC Culyar kasama si AC Soberano, Raul Soyod, Reynel Hugnatan, and Nico Panganiban. Soyod against Brian Hilario.
It's a mismatch.
Oh man, banks it in.
Well, help was late. It came from the backside, but obviously Soyod, not only with his size, but his experience. No, lamang dun sa pagposte niya to the smaller Hilario.
Tatakbo na naman ng San Juan. Panganiban drops it off. Soyod got fouled hard by Brian Hilario.
And this time, showing a different facet, if you will, sa kanyang laro. The last time on the post, this time as a trailer in transition. Ang ganda naman ng hanap sa kanya doon.
This is just his 4th game. As you'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. But he made quite an impression despite that loss against Abra, where he had those moments, especially that block late in the 4th quarter. Has brought in some muscle underneath and also some attitude para dito sa San Juan.
So this is the part when age really comes into play, because I covered that game, but I don't remember a single thing about what you just said about that block. I only remember Enzo Serrano going ballistic in the second half.
Hilario Mintes sa loob, under the rest. Mark Sampo scoring his 7th point. Naalala yun, yung block niya dun kay, I forgot which player it was.
May memory gap na.
36-15, Coach Marlon Martin. He's having trouble dealing with this firepower San Juan has. Nice pass indeed, but a miss from Reynel Hugnatan.
He expected a whistle and just threw it up. Ito si Papa Ray, walang tawag. Ayun, nakapitalize ni Goliano in the right short corner. Lead though still, 19.
Soyod.
He loves this matchup.
Yeah. Hugnatan, pinasa sa kabila. Soberano, masyadong matulis yung tres. Got his own miss. Drives. Layup won't work. Hilario finally clears it for Pasay. J.R. Chavez. Sanko will launch. Pintis. Nahuling humawi on that rebounding battle si JC Culyar. He will be whistled for that foul.
Foul number 6.
Sold well also by Chavez Jr. I thought that was minimal contact for a playoff series. But whistle was blown.
Okay. So, Culyar and Soberano remain on the floor for San Juan. Chavez can shake off JC Culyar. Hilario. Hindi rin niya may ipagpag yung depensa, pero nagawa ng paraan. Hilario scores over Raul Soyod.
And gives a nice stare for about 2 seconds after he made that step-through move. Here's the fake. Here's the step-through. What you like about Hilario, aside from the footwork, and you know, we've always raved about him being an intelligent player, yung kanyang competitiveness.
Yeah.
Ma-pride maglaro to eh. Ito si Hilario, ayaw magpatalo.
Soberano off the move, puts in that 3. Second triple galing kay AC.
I'm not sure what game Pasay is watching. Dahil yung napapanood natin ay San Juan making 3 simula nung first quarter, but they leave Another wide open three that time by Soberano.
Poorly executed play that time for Pasay. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Already the 9th made three-pointer. We're not even halfway the second quarter.
Yeah, 9 out of 13. San Juan not really known to attempt a lot of threes. In fact, in the bottom 10 in that department. But a different story tonight. Panganiban, bola na agaw, Pasay. Pagkakataon na makalapit dito. Chavez at the last second dishing it out. Galliano open free. It will pop out. Rebound, Papare. Puljar quickly to Panganiban. He drives. He scores plus the foul.
Oh, what a poor foul that was, because if you're going to foul someone, going to the basket in particular, tulad nito, in transition, you might as well not give up the three-point play. Silly foul, really.
Pass break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker every day. Karaoke. So far, it's been all San Juan. Niluwa yung free throw doon ni Nico Panganiban.
Coming into this game, akala ko, no, dahil sumabay ako sa'yo, papunta rito.
Oh.
Akala ko yung pagmamahal mo lang kay Nudge ang namamaga. Hindi pala. Mamamaga rin pala early sa larong ito. Itong lamang ng San Juan, kalaban ng Pasay.
Kala ko yung tenga mo yung namamaga sa playlist natin kanina.
Hindi. Gusto ko nga yun. Lalo na yung Michael Jackson na Rock With You, di ba? Ito, Rock With The Ring ang ginagawa ng San Juan dahil halos hindi sila magmintis sa larong ito. Grabe. Porsyento nila. Mahigit 60% field goals.
Hilario with that mid-range jumper. Pero 22 puntos pa kailangan nilang bunuin dito. 43-21. Boy, San Juan making a statement here. Soberano again, open
Libre na
free.
Libre na naman. Sana all nililibre. John Wilson, the former San Juan Knight, more importantly, the former MVP of this league. What was that? Season 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Season 3 MVP John Wilson.
Kung sa kabila, dito sa San Juan, namabaga yung net. Sa kabila, iba yung storya. Soberano, 3-pointer na naman, pang-10 na ng San Juan.
Already eclipsing their average during the regular season in terms of makes. Itong San Juan Knights.
Ganyan pala nagagawa ng multo.
Ghost hunting din kaya tayo, no?
Mag-isa ka.
Traveling tuloy.
Kahit na ang pangako nun, 10 3 points ang masushoot ko, hindi ko gagawin yun.
Okay, timeout. Galing dito sa Pasay. Man, this lead at 25 points, 46-21. We'll be back after the short break. Check out our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Happy to be back here in Palayan City in Nueva Ecija as we kick off the first round.
Mukhang nagpaalam naman ang dalawang yun. Kaya, syempre, ang ating mga distinguished VIPs, Head of Security, Tito Rudy, Operations, MJ, Emer Oreta, and syempre, ang ating Commissioner Captain Marvel, Kenneth Duremnes.
MJ, ah.
MJ yan. Huwag mo na tanungin kung ano yung J, ha? Michael yung una. Yun, Jay.
Oh.
Huwag mo na tanongin kung ano.
Sanko pumihit. Flips it up and in. Mark Sanko with 9 points.
Has been the lone bright spot para sa Pasay dahil the rest of his teammates tigdadalawa lamang.
Viloria nasa loob na for San Juan. Hugnatan. Short on that 3-point attempt. Sa Erostabi to a streaking AJ Coronel who misses.
Yun lang, pinasa sa ulo. Turnover.
Nakatakas. Sa Erostabi able to score. Lead down to 19. Oh no, sorry. Down to 21. 46-25.
Offensive foul. Yeah.
At inangat ni Hugnatan si Salenga doon after picking up an offensive foul.
Kaya isa sa mga nire-respetadong player sa bansa, itong si Reynald Hugnatan. You see the sportsmanship. This was clear an offensive foul right here and realizing his mistake. Yeah, ang ganda ng sportsmanship ng ni Papa Ray. Pero sinusumpa ko pa rin yan, yung former teammate ko. Kasi araw-araw pinahirapan ako sa ensayo niyan. I always tell this story. You know, when people ask me, sino pinakamahirap mong nabantayan?
Siya talaga
Si Reynald. And mind you, this was 19 years ago. Okay? And I've been retired 11 years already. He's still playing, obviously. But a 19-year younger Reynald Hugnatan was much better than what, a 47-year-old Reynald Hugnatan ngayon?
Sa Gustavi ay pasok para yung free throws. 46-27. 19-point lead. Now if you're Pasay, you want to have some mini goals here as we head into the halftime break.
You know, alam mo yung isang goal na yon? Not to give up open shots. Sa tingin ko makakatulong sa mga goals nila yon.
Yun, di open shot yun, pero
And getting a stop.
isa pa yun.
Yeah. Or excuse me, stops. Hindi lang isa, kulang ang isa.
Paarito umararo sa ilalim and scores his 4th point.
That's the first time, really, from what I recall, that they went straight to the post. Itong kay Fajarito, getting good deep post position. Kaya pinasok na agad, no? Si Coach Alex. Itong si Aldrich Ramos. Probably to match up defensively kay Fajarito para hindi na maulit.
Well, we've been raving about that hot shooting by San Juan, but you also got the credit nung depensa. Wala masyadong flow sa opensa nitong Pasay as Ron Denison doing it all by himself, able to draw a foul against Christian Fajarito.
One thing that Pasay has done well, really, is getting offensive rebounds. 8 ang kanilang offensive rebounds. Marami yun, especially in the first half. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. They have given up a lot of open shots na paulit-ulit na tayo, no? Kaya ang San Juan patuloy ang kanilang pag-knockdown ng mga tira.
Itong free throw na ito, din sa ating Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
In fact, if you look at the numbers, mas marami pang attempts itong San Juan, itong Pasay, 36 compared to 29. So the opportunities have been there. The only difference, San Juan obviously has been hot.
And now, they try to get in transition, but that pass a little too strong.
Tao lang pala sila. Nagkakamali rin. When was the last time we said something negatively about San Juan in this first half?
Well, actually, that's their 10th turnover.
Yeah, but it feels like the first. Well, except for the Reynald Hugnatan offensive foul, which just happened a couple plays ago.
49-29. We're closing on 2 minutes here. And the second frame, Sanko sa loob. Coronel, hindi makabutas. Aldrich Ramos, siya na magbababa dito. Gives it up to Cranial Viloria. Both teams in penalty. Marquez facing a double team. Skips
Libre.
it. Ron Denison will fire. It's short. Got it back. But lost his balance and got caught stepping out of bounds.
Mukhang nakulangan sa patintero nung kabataan niya. Sa paglalaro ng patintero to si Denison. Mag-isa lang siya, walang contact. Had his foot on the line, turnover, nangyari.
Pasay, malaki. Kailangan nilang habulin dito. Still down by 20. Farito trying to escape against Ramos. A tall order.
Yeah, and nakakita mo nung nabanggit natin, no, yung pagpasok, yung adjustment kagad ni Coach Alex, not taking any chances for a player to get his rhythm like Pajarito. After the first basket, pinasok agad si Ramos. Bumalik sa poste itong Pasay. Na-stop nitong si Aldrich. Yun lang, hindi nila nakuha, no, yung defensive rebound. Pag-spell nga,
Alin?
na-stop.
Na-stop. Ito si Mark Sanco at the line. He's the first guy in double figures for Pasay with 10 points. Also has 3 rebounds, 2 dimes. And if you're Pasay, you wanna cut this to probably below 15 heading into the half. Wamar against Tabi. Thought he got fouled, but banks it anyway. And now, he puts Sanko down on the floor. Tabi will launch. He will not get it to drop. San Juan up by 21. Wamar, bounce pass, Marquez, shot fake.
Poor pass. They call a foul on Denison.
Yeah, it is against Ron Denison. It's an offensive foul. No free throws.
There's the contact. Trying to sell it, obviously, but I thought the foul was more kay Sanko, no? Probably in that play, and because he was displeased with the no call, binangga si Sanko sa kabila, wala rin tawag.
40 seconds remaining. Mark Sanko. Inatik yung bola kay Jasper Salenga. Niluwa yung kanyang tira.
They could go 2 for 1 here.
Wamar tried to thread the needle. Another turnover against San Juan. Cyrus Tabi.
It's a foul against San Juan, I believe. Or
Yeah, it is. Against Aldrich Ramos. Let's see.
screen, the slow screen in the paint by Pajarito. But the foul was called on Aldrich Ramos and it's not even in the picture. No? Pinakita natin yung replay.
We have a timeout with 26.7 seconds left. We'll be back. Coach Don Dulay, Coach Matt Macalintal, and the rest of the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards will try to defend their turf going up against Coach Gerson Cabiltes and the rest of the Pangasinan Heat Waves.
Those are two smart point guards right there. When they were back in their heyday, Don Dulay, a former teammate of mine, just the kind of teammate you love to be with.
Yeah.
And if I may add, former neighbor as well. We were in the same village and si Coach Matt, di ko na inabot yan. No, kuya na namin ni ni Coach Don yan.
Naalala ko, naglaro pa yan sa Pangasinan back in the MBA.
Right? Ako naalala ko Batangas.
Batangas din, tama.
Kasi naging player siya ni Coach
Eric.
Eric Gonzalez. Viloria. Now with Pangasinan,
Yeah.
we'll see action
Or
in the
Victoria.
second game against the home team na MIC.
He was their leading scorer with Pasay before he departed via that trade. But a second differential between shot and game clock, San Juan off to take the final shot of the half. Viloria, pinasa kay Ramos. Wamar, nabigyan ng spasyo, Mintes. Meron pang pagkakataon ang Pasay na maibaba ang kalamangan. Salenga, sumugod, off the glass and in.
So they end the quarter on a positive note. No, itong Pasay trimming the lead down to 17. Was a high of 25. Maganda pa ron. First possession ng third quarter sa kanila.
At least making a little bit of headway here are the Voyagers. They trailed the Knights by 17 at the half, 51-34. po ang ating halftime score. 51-34. San Juan kasalukuyang lamang kontra sa Pasay ng 17 puntos. And the threes, 8 of those 10 3-pointers made came in that first quarter rather, which really set the tone here, Coach Chris. 8 out of 11 in the first 10 minutes of game action para sa San Juan.
Well, the hot shooting has been evident, obviously, even by just looking at the numbers. But you mentioned this earlier. I think after the first quarter was finished, and the defensive preparation na ginawa nitong San Juan has been something that we have yet to talk about because it's been overshadowed by their shooting. But only allowing 13 points in the first quarter, which they did most of their damage offensively, but at the same time they had their biggest lead in that stretch as well, coming into the early second quarter. Everybody was just sharing the basketball, finding the open man, nothing fancy, executing. Kaya pati yung assist department, lamang na lamang sila, 18-6, kumpara sa Pasay. Now Pasay went on a little run to end the first half and trimmed the lead down from a high of 25-17. Tingnan natin kung if they could follow through in that momentum that they were able to create nung natapos yung second quarter.
Slightly different look to open up the third for Pasay. Dan Sara, Christian Farito, AJ Coronel, Cyrus Tabi, and Mark Sanko. After coming up with 10 points in the first half, magsisimula dito para sa Pasay in the third, but they miss on their first possession. Gamboa also with a 3 in the first quarter. Maiquez. Alforque lobs it inside at the post. Aldrich Ramos with 8 to work with. Ramos, pass to Maiquez. He will pull up. It's too strong. Gamboa snares down the offensive board and puts it back in for San Juan.
And that's what you have to do when they zone the post. When somebody takes an attempt, which was Aldrich Ramos, Gamboa just crashed the offensive board. Nobody boxed it out. And he was by himself for the stick back, just like itong layup ni Dexter Maiquez.
Great rim run by Dexter Maiquez off that pass from Alforque. Balik sa 21 puntos ang lamang ng San Juan. Dan Sara. Tabi to Farito against Aldrich Ramos. 6 seconds on their shot clock. Bagyang nalibre si Coronel. Binalik kay Farito. Binomba pa. Puts it in. And a bonus free throw coming up after getting fouled.
A two-man game, in that right corner lane. Fajarito giving it up to Coronel. Coronel giving it back. Strong finish by Christian.
Parang
Bakit?
gusto kong pahiwatig
Ganda ng pangalan niya.
Ganda rin ang numero.
Yeah. 15.6 rebounds per game. Yan lang yung free throw, Pwede pa mag-improve yan. Below 65%.
7 points today. Has yet to hit a free though as a team. Pasay is only 1 out of 18 from beyond the arc.
Parang walang MPBL player na pangalan. Parang naiisip. Yung kilala kong Ken, nag-migrate na Nasa Denmark na, si Ighalo. Aside from him, parang wala na Street Fighter na naiisip mo, si Ken.
Alam mo, short memory gap ka talaga
Sino?
Yung nagpahirap lang sa alumni league na naglalaro sa playoffs ngayon
Sino?
O sa Mindoro.
Si Ken Bono.
Oh.
Yes.
Former UAP MVP.
Tama. Pajarito, eto. Christian ulit. This is isa lamang. Ang lamang.
55-39. Nagkabanggaan si Mark Sanko sa si Dexter Maiquez. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Gandang pasahan. Na libre. Yung Christian Farito. Alam mong sigurado ako?
Ano yun?
Sa MPBL, yung boss natin, walang kapangalan yun.
Siyempre.
Ha? Dexter Maiquez short on that 3. Rebound nakuha ni Orlan Mamar. Maiquez inside. Ramos. Ilabas muna kay Alforque. Bebuelo laban kay Tabi. Gets past him. But had to adjust his shot. Pasay making some headway here. Chance to trim the gap even further. Christian Farito against Dexter Marquez. Pumihit. Forcing his way in. It's volleyball time for Christian Farito.
For a while there, I thought that was well defended, but a turnover forced by San Juan. Wala nang bumaba, no? Para sa a little miscue between Coronel and Sara.
Actually, si Sara nakatingin na kung sa possible cutters before receiving the basketball. This move here by Farito.
The dip of the left shoulder, no? Just gave him enough space for the finish. Nobody helping out Christian Farito kahit malalim na siya dun sa poste.
Total of 11 points. Marquez. Bola hindi nakuha ni Dan Sara na kay Arvin Gamboa. Nabangga siya ni AJ Coronel. Na ipasok pa. Some strength showed there by Arvin Gamboa as a 3-point play opportunity coming up.
It was just an impressive finish by Gamboa. Kahit na parang medyo binuldoze siya rin, no? Talaga sinalubong yung kanyang drive doon. Pero pinakita niya na malakas din ang kanyang pangangatawan at yung kanyang concentration doon sa finish na yun.
Yeah. Low-key has been one of the most improved players on San Juan's roster. Arvin Gamboa.
Has to be a candidate of one of the most improved players in the league.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat po sa LGR. 58-41. 17 puntos ang labang pa rin ng San Juan. Sa Lenga, pinasok na agad dito ni Coach Marlon Martin. Has yet to hit a free. Jasper wants this matchup against Dexter Marquez. Spins. Another spin. The shot will not work. Gamboa. Nice anticipation by Farito deflecting that pass. Tabi. Tumanling supalpal. Inabot niya kay Aldrich Ramos. Wamar quickly. Marquez. Pinangga ni Mark Sanco at tutungo siya sa 4.5 meter line for 2 shots.
Not a good job going down in transition. No? Nagkaroon pa ng konting delay sa backcourt, no? Nung nakuha yung rebound ni Aldrich Ramos. Took a few seconds bago umabot kay Orlan Wamar ang bola, pero dahil medyo mabagal ang kanilang pagbaba. Ang ganda ng forward pass nitong si Wamar kay Marquez. Sa free throw, he misses the first.
May balita muna tayo at courtside with Miss Mika Abisamis.
Sa Pasay Voyagers dugout, sabi ni Coach M, settle down. Masyadong masaya ang San Juan, ano? They're obviously treating the playoffs with more respect. Lagyan natin ng pagmamahal. Be selfless. Ilaban nyo ang mga screens. Huwag iiwas. And you know, as respected as he is already, I asked Coach M, do you feel like something has changed in you as a coach this season with all the changes and challenges, especially losing your comfort zones and Warren and Lawrence? And he said, as a coach, it gave him more strength and confidence to rely on chemistry because it's the only tool that can conquer any obstacle despite this situation that they have now with San Juan. Yung mga scenarios na nangyari like Bonnie and Lawrence leaving, that's fate, God's plan. A chance for Fajarito and Salenga to showcase their talents, for Tabi to be one of the most stable guys of the team. Chance for me to prove that my vision is still relevant to this team. Ken, Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And to their credit, despite the big lead, Coach Chris, I think it's evident that you don't see a lot of frustrated faces on the side of Pasay. They're still trying to execute. But the thing is, San Juan is also executing really well on both sides of the floor as Farito continues to miss from the outside.
Always a challenge as a coach. Every time you lose your two main guys, yung transition mo after that, that's why they've been the most impressive team, really, especially when they went on that 11-game winning streak to finish in the season, because sometimes it would take time, like love, but in their case, I'm quoting Mariah Carey here.
Okay.
But in their case, they just dealt with the task at hand. The management, the coaches, and even the players of how they would, yung chemistry na as reported by Mika, and that has been evident before the playoffs. Has not been evident though in the first 25 minutes of this game.
Yeah, had that couple of losses against Bataan and Gensan when Warren Bonifacio and Lawrence Victoria departed. But since then, like we said, that 11-game winning streak, including wins over Mindoro, Rizal, and Zamboanga.
By the way, hindi galing sa hugot yun. I feel so loved by my beautiful wife.
Amen. Dito to that.
Yeah.
At habang may diskusyon tayo, Coach Chris, na ibaba na ng Pasay ang kalamangan dito to its closest since being down by 25. It's down to 13 after that Manligues basket, 58-45. You're watching game number 1 of this best of 3 series in the first round of the North Division MPBL playoffs. Our 7th season here in the Mahardika Pilipinas Basketball League. Laban ng number 3 seed San Juan versus the 6th seeded Pasay Voyagers. And biggest lead of the Knights was at 25. Pasay trimming it down to 13, 58-45. As we are down to our last 4 minutes here in the third period. Ball will stay with San Juan.
Better job denying the post that time. Ilang beses nakita natin yan the first half, no? Specifically yung matchup ni Soyud against Hilario. Pero ito, mas malaki na ang bumabantay sa kanya na si Sanko. Ang ganda ng denial niya ron.
Taboa naghanap ng papasahan kay Orlan Wamar. 7 segundo sa kanilang shot clock. Wamar, burst of speed, kicks it out. Aldrich Ramos with a long 2-point shot from the left corner pocket.
I wasn't a fan of the ball screen coverage kay Orlan Wamar. It was a hard show. Pero yung sandaling pagbitaw na yun allowed Wamar to change his pace, drive the basketball, and find the open man off that kick out. Catch and shoot para kay Jasper Salenga.
Yan, nakamalinaw. Jasper with his first 3-point make. Baba sa 12. Kailangan na bulin ng Pasay.
Panahon ngayon, kailangan malinaw ka. Madalas ka nang ma-misinterpreted. You see? Pati yung pagkasabi ko, hindi malinaw.
Soberano, supalpal, inabot niya kay Cyrus Tabi. Nice anticipation on that shot. Manligues not forcing it up. Now he fires from free. It will bounce out. Rebound Arvin Gamboa, his 9th rebound of the ball game. Omar will settle things down. Gives it up to Soberano. Aldrich Ramos, balik kay Orlan.
Balik, titira.
Corner exit for AC, who can't hit the free this time. Soyud, nakakuha yung rebound.
I wouldn't call it, obviously it was not a Kodak moment, but it certainly was a moment between the big guy na si Sawyer. Ano ka ba naman? May meme na to. Sa tingin ko, in about 10 minutes, may meme na yun.
Uy, Raul!
Koya naman. With an O.
12 pa rin ang lamang ng San Juan dito. Orlan Wamar in traffic. They swing it. Gamboa finds an opening. Sidestep beauty for Arvin Gamboa.
Strike a pose! Gamboa, strike a pose! Ayun, talagang minaximize yung moment. Siya yung fall din sa kabila. Naalala ko si Ginobili bigla. Look at this move, Ken.
Dixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness.
Wakakalipa.
Follow through pa after that layup.
Finalo through din ang foul sa kabila.
Mintis, tira ni Sanko. Nakuha ng offensive rebound itong Pasay. Jasper Salenga, Mintis. Raul Soyod emphatically getting the defensive board.
Soyud, now with 7 rebounds after the last one. Hinahawakan ni Gamboa ang kanyang balikat.
Oh yeah. He's an integral part of what they do, San Juan. Now he will chew back to the bench. When you notice, there's something on his left shoulder
Right.
also. So that might be a prior injury already. Let's see here.
Hindi, sarili. Oh, not so much contact. Right there.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, there was very minimal contact, but it's not like hinila ni Salenga ang kanyang left arm, no? So, pero yun nga, napansin mo nga because there's something already. It might be something prior to that incident.
Walang foul na tinawag, so bola babalik sa panik ng Pasay. There's a good chance if they could make some stops and make baskets that they cut this lead down to single digits.
Has managed to hang around itong Pasay because it felt like at one point aabot na ng isang buwan the way San Juan has been shooting lights out no first half. High of 25, now down to 14. Has a chance to be 12 after these 2 freebies. Just gotta love, no, yung ternong pink long sleeve ni Coach Marlon.
Jasper Salenga at the line. Played a lot of years for Malayan College in Mapua under Coach Randy Alcantara, who coincidentally was the former coach of the San Juan Knights. This video is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
At kasama na ngayon ni Coach Marlon as he is a part of that coaching staff. Sila ni Coach Vic, kanyang
Escudero.
assistant. Yeah,
Yeah.
Escudero. Na naging coach ko rin yan.
Oh, really?
Escudero yan. Ano yan nasa coaching tree yan ni Manong Derek kumarin.
Okay. 62-49. A split at the line from Salenga.
3-2 zone. So disrupt yung offensiva nitong San Juan. Open shot, nilang pumasok yung corner. Manligues!
Dire-diretso, Daryl Manligues will lay it up and in with his left hand.
Oh, what a way to recover the basketball as we felt that he was gonna lose it with the left hand. Turnover.
Chance to cut it down to single digits.
That's a foul.
Manligues will head to the line for 2 shots. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig. Free installation for split type air conditioners.
A beautiful finish. Coast to coast by Daryl.
Acquired from Cebu. And has been quite a rotation player for Coach Marlon. He hits the first free throw. 5 points today.
I feel like Daryl doesn't really suit itong si Manligues. Parang feeling ko dapat pangalan niya Macho eh.
Macho.
Grabe yung grabe yung cut sa balikat.
Grabe rin bumulusok yan from end to end.
Ang maganda pa dito, ang dami ko nakitang player na maganda yung pangangatawan pero hindi nagta-translate sa laro eh. No, either malambot
Okay.
no, or it doesn't really translate to strength or quickness. Si Manliguez, nagta-translate sa floor. Nakita lang natin yung quickness and yung ability to finish. Pati sa jump shot niya. Eto, Cuellar, jump shot, wala.
Nakuha niya yung kanyang pintis doon. So reset their offense. Soberano. Another pass intercepted by Pasay by the counter steal. Soyod sa ilalim. Naagaw ni Mark Sanco. Another bad pass. Pasay had a couple of chances to make a run. San Juan will slow things down. Cuellar against Mark Sanco, two former teammates in Benil. Panganiban missing on the three. Sanco with another rebound. Jopet Soriano, tuloy-tuloy. Naipasok yung tira, may foul pang kasama yan.
What an answer by Pasay in this quarter. Transition right here. A timely pass. So definitely there's contact. Dalawa lang yan eh. Blocking or charging. And it goes in favor of Pasay. Obviously it was a blocking foul. 3-point play opportunity to finish this quarter. Outscoring San Juan 20-11 already. And
imagine San Juan shooting 59.4% in the first half. That shooting has really dipped here in the third quarter. Only 4 out of 18 here in the third period.
so kung gaano naging kainit yung kanilang kamay nung first half. Naging sobrang lamig naman. Ito third quarter, another turnover and another layup.
Tyrostami completes it. Lead is down to 5. Cuellar, Panganiban, time winding down in the third. JC gets it off and it's short. What a fight back here for the Pasay Voyagers. From a high of 25 points back in the first half, it has shrunk down to 5 points. And San Juan looking for answers here. Shooting just 5 out of 18 from the field here in the third as we end up here. San Juan just holding on to this 5-point lead, 62-57.
Atake, Tabi is open. That's a three, and it's good. What a play from the Pasay Voyagers. Mamar next to the free throw shooter. There's a ball is loose. Coronel to Salenga. Pasay with the lead. What a turn of events. Crazy sequence. And the Voyagers have taken the lead.
Oh, wow. You get into the trap area. Marvin.
Mar gets it back. Sanco is there. Juan Mar fights Marquez. Oh, what a play! What a play! 3 seconds. Sanco. He'll shoot. And wow! The Knights survive. Big play in the clutch.
That was that thrilling finish more than 5 months ago. San Juan edging Pasay on the road. But what a finish there by Dexter Marquez.
And you wouldn't think the way this game started na mukhang malayong maduplicate yung larong yon, pero dahil sa second and third quarter performance nitong Pasay, they trimmed the lead down from a high of 25, now entering the fourth. 5 na lamang ang kalamangan nitong San Juan, and I think one guy we have to mention is Mark Sanco, because he's been making things happen, not only offensively scoring 10, but even defensively, getting rebounds, getting assists. We saw the last one that led to a layup, the steal in the backcourt. The closeout to take away the shot of Panganiban that led to the air ball on top by Cuellar. He's been an important part of this Pasay run. But Galinato, first time to check in sa larong ito. Draws first blood for the first possession of the fourth quarter.
Did not even suit up in the first half, John Galinato. 64-57. Manliguez turns the corner. Paarito was blocked from behind but also a foul whistled against San Juan.
Challenge na to.
Yeah, especially it's the fourth foul. Coach Alex, yeah, he will challenge this call. And we'll see if he's right. Very crucial call here at the opening moments of the fourth period. Let's see if Coach Alex is right sa aming pagbabalik.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was no foul.
Successful challenge from Coach Alex. It saves the fourth foul. Yeah.
Coming from the backside, no? It'll see Collier.
That would have been the fourth foul against JC Collier. Instead, it remains at 3. Tabi just inside the arc. It will pop out. Ball ends up with John Galinato.
Aside from that, you buy more minutes for Orlan Wamar because kung natawagan ng fourth foul yun, baka nilabas siya. Mapapaaga yung pagpasok mo kay Orlan sa fourth quarter. But what an answer for San Juan to start this quarter. Galinato scoring the first basket underneath, was the assist man that time for that Panganiban 3 in the right corner.
That's only their first make here in the second half from beyond the arc. They were 0 out of 9 in the third period.
And obviously their threes, their made threes, a big part of why they were able to take a double-digit lead. Coincidentally, their first three, tulad na nabanggit mo, para maging double-digit ulit yung lamang nila, pero masyadong maaga yung pagsalita natin, Ken.
Yeah.
Binawi kagad ni Christian.
Pasay shooting only 12% from beyond the arc. But a timely free from Christian Pajarito cuts it down to 7. Pugnata, naagaw yung bola ni Jasper Salenga.
That time a 2-3 matchup zone.
Sanko launches, no. Rebound number 46 for San Juan. San Juan, despite out-rebounding Pasay by 18, they have 23 turnovers already. And it's what's keeping Pasay in it. Salenga will not force it up. Pinasa kay Mark Sanko. Pajarito, libre na naman para sa tres. Gets it to go!
Well, that's the thing. Tulad na sabi mo, libre na naman. And that's something that we mentioned a lot in the first half of Pasay giving up open shots, a lot of open shots. And ito, turnover. Cyrus will finish. Yes!
A righteous finish from Cyrus Tabi. Lead is down to 2. 25 turnovers against the San Juan Knights. It has produced 19 points off those miscues para sa Pasay. Galinato, jump shot, short. A push from behind.
Yeah. Fortunate is San Juan that they get the foul called right there on Hugnatan. Because kung walang pito ron, that would have been a potential 2-on-1 break. Look at this three by Pajarito. Has all the time in this gym.
And here off a steal, Cyrus Tabi off to the races. What a run here for Pasay. Christian Farito, by the way, 13 of his 17 points coming here in the second half. Has come alive here for Pasay.
Pasay already with 19 points off of turnovers. That time it was off a set. So at a second half, a spark really has been Daryl Manliquez.
Pasay has yet to take a lead here. Pulyar.
Not a fan of that shot.
Marquez unable to save it. Bola babalik sa panig ng Voyagers. A chance to finally claim the lead here in the fourth period.
Look at this breakdown move from the half court. Getting Wamar on that second move with the spin.
Cyrus Tavi. Inside. Jopit Soriano misses. San Juan dodging a bullet. Wamar will recycle their offense. Soberano pinasa kay Dexter Marquez. Back to Orlan Wamar. Corner exit again for AC. Bounce pass to Marquez. The kick out. Wamar open free. AC all day to shoot. It's good. Big time free from AC. Salenga, the answer. Backs it in. What a game this has turned out to be. 70 apiece. Under 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Soberano to Galinato, who has not rested here in the fourth. AC, floater, no. Ramos tracks it down for San Juan. Soberano will launch, will get it a go from downtown.
There's not really much to say, especially in the second half, how things have been playing out. But what a game.
Soriano to Cyrus Tabi. Farito to tie it up. Off to the right. Wamar with a rebound.
Soberano open again. Nice fake.
AC, di pinilit. From the elbow, Marquez, Vintes. Cyrus Tabi with a rebound. Past the halfway point of the fourth. Farito wants to back down Aldrich Ramos. Farito, Vintes. By the way, we haven't talked about this, but Mike Kalisaan is not in uniform for today's game.
Yeah.
And it's such a crucial juncture here. San Juan up by 3, trying to protect their lead. Marquez, swing pass, Soberano. His third free of the quarter. And he has a total of 18 points.
Execution has been a big part of the baskets by Soberano. That ball was swing, find to the open man, and Soberano, as you mentioned, pangatlo na dito sa quarter na to.
Timeout Pasay as San Juan re-establishing a 6-point lead. We check out our highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. So here Farito getting his rhythm here at the right time in the second half. Soriano with an undergoal stab. You see that nice sidestep move by Arvin Gamboa. It's been a game of runs so far, Coach Chris.
It's been a game of highlights as well, and a lot of carelessness, especially on the part of San Juan. Just too many turnovers. Anytime you commit that many, at this point, they're at 24 already. You always give a chance for the other team.
Back with us here in Palayan City. And what we thought was San Juan coming away with an easy victory. Pasay Voyagers had other plans. In fact, they were able to tie the ball game up a couple of times here in the fourth after trailing by as many as 25 points. But AC Soberano with 3 triples in a span of 2 minutes has brought San Juan back up by 6, 76-70. Manligues, drop pass, Salenga, shot clock winding down, Sanko got fouled. And 2 free throws coming up for the former Benil Blazer.
So Darren wanted to take advantage on the matchup against Omar. He was able to hold his ground on the post. And then napunta yung bola sa kabila. Salenga with a drive and a drop. And contact para kay Mark Sanko. You look at the numbers of Mark Sanko for the season. 6 points, 6 boards. Has been a much better player tonight. 10 points with 11 shots though, but does have 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals, Ken.
Yeah, all-around numbers for Mark Sanko. Supply yung kanyang pangalawang free throw though. By the way, we just got word from Miss Mika Bisamis that si Mike Alisan has an injury on his right shooting hand. Tabla tayo here in the fourth in terms of production, 14 apiece from both these squads. And that's gonna be huge, especially with the status of Arvin Gamboa in doubt after injuring his shoulder. Mark Sanko lines it up, way short. At bola babalik sa panig ng San Juan.
This is a crucial stop para sa Pasay, and on the other hand, a crucial offensive possession because they could push this to 3 possessions, no? Whether it's a 2 or a 3 for San Juan.
Pull-up jumper from Royce Alforque, left it short. Under 3 minutes left in regulation. Cyrus Tabi, guarded by Wamar, finds Mark Sanko. Back to Tabi, bagsak si Wamar. Manligues, masyadong malakas yung pasa. Farito will put it up for free. Way off the mark. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball did not hit the rim. Tabi, it will bounce out. A foul
By Fajarito.
No basket.
Yeah, and could be a technical given to Salenga. And let's not act like nobody saw that, because everybody in this gym saw what Jasper Salenga did. He should at least get a warning.
Yeah.
That's what they're reviewing right now, I think.
Let's see.
But, you know, 3 officials, I didn't see anyone, walang nag-react, no, dun sa
Yeah.
paghagis ng bola off the floor ni Jasper Salenga. Here's the play. Yan yung tira ni Fajarito. Soriano keeps the ball alive. Presence of mind by Tabi. Right there, hits the rim. There's the push. The call and the frustration, the act of frustration.
At the very least, that may tawag talaga doon.
Oh,
Although that Tabi free, it was close to a shot clock violation.
well, they should at least call it. They should call a technical on this, because if it's only a warning, then every player should do that,
Oo. May precedence agad.
right?
Now again, they're reviewing on, well, number 1, whose foul it is, and number 2, merong tawag laban kay Jasper Salenga. Let's see. Bayani Francisco is at the scores table.
Upon review, shot clock
Yeah, it
violation.
was a shot clock
Warning
violation.
for number 11, Jasper Salenga, for unsportsmanlike behavior.
So Salenga got warned. Not a technical.
AJ Coronel for Darren Manligues.
But the important thing there is it saves a foul on the side of Pasay. So imbis na foul on that rebound, shot clock violation laban sa kanila. But still, they come out empty on that possession. Still a lot of time left. Wamar puts on the Jets. Rise baseline. Goes all the way back. And out. Tabi is the one guarding him. Wamar still with the basketball. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Ramos, extra pass. Soberano has had a hot hand, but that time won't work. Offensive rebounds have been key for San Juan. Thoroughly out-rebounding Pasay in this game. Wamar under the rest. Airballs that shot. We are down to our last 2 minutes. Farito against Ramos. And a foul against the former FEU Tamarao. 2 shots coming up for Christian Farito.
And that is a 14th foul for San Juan Knights.
I think what's important in that possession is how quickly they were able to go to offense after getting the stop. Getting to the post right away kay Christian Fajarito, and a quick decisive move para sa kanya. What a second half para kay Fajarito after only scoring 4 points in the first half. You saw the number, 17 already. Missed the first one though. That's a big miss.
Yeah.
Because kahit na ma-shoot niya ito, still a 2 possession ball game, pero marami pang oras.
76-72. Galinato will bring the ball down. Nagbabalik si AJ Coronel for Pasay. Marquez to Orlan Wamar. Ramos offering that pick. Slips the screen. Will put up a shot. Farito grabs that defensive board. 1 minute and 30 left in regulation. Farito. Pump fake. Wills that one through. 20 points for Christian Farito.
Just a man determined with that move. Felt like nothing was gonna stop him, from taking that shot and able to finish strong to the basket.
Only the first team foul against Pasay.
Foul on number 10, Mark Santos.
San Juan is in penalties.
First team foul for
Each team has 2 timeouts left. Jopet Soriano comes in. He will replace Christian Farito.
Pahinga saglit.
Yeah.
Babalik ulit yan. Pinapaupo na dyan sa substitution table.
Depensa para sa opensa muna. Ramos tightly guarded by Jopet Soriano. Foul away from the basketball.
May sangko. Masyado maaga daw. Kahit na may mga fouls to give pa sila.
Fourth foul, second team foul for Pasay Voyagers. 14 to shoot.
Baseline inbound. AC Soberano, 9 of his 18 points coming here in the fourth. Aldrich to Orlan Wamar. Wamar, for the most part, has been silent here. Now he makes his move.
Palpal yata inabot doon kay Soriano.
Pasay a chance to tie or take the lead for the very first time here in this game. Sanko for free. Short. Soriano falls down. Bodies on the floor. In fact, 4 bodies scrambling for that one basketball. At nagkarambola na sila doon. Oh wow, Galinato is visibly heated up. And Coronel also in the fray. And AJ Coronel claiming that he got punched from underneath by John Galinato. This is gonna be a crucial review.
A lot of contact obviously. Ayun. There's a little something there. Napagsakan ni Coronel itong si Galinato. And then something happened there. Hindi na natin makita, no?
This might be a better angle.
Multiple whistles already during this time. Galinato on the floor.
This is gonna be a lengthy review.
Oo. Masanay ka na. Kasi nga, kahit hindi mahabang review, nagiging mahaba eh. So, ikaw naman, playoffs na tayo.
Masugid ang pagsusuri.
Oo.
I mean, we had that one against in that Quezon Mindoro game just the other day.
March pa tayo nag-opening. October na ngayon, hindi ka pa sanay.
Oh man, what a game this has turned out to be though, Coach Chris. Down by 25. Akala natin maagang pahinga para sa Pasay, but they refused to give up. Despite the barrage of frees in the first quarter by San Juan, they were able to hang around here. Couple of times was able to tie the ball game up in the fourth. And now they're just down by 2, possibly. Well, depending on the review, possession could still stay with them.
Yeah, you said it perfectly right there. Just that phrase, refusing to give up. You know, that's been the key for Pasay, because how many teams have we seen regular season or playoffs in 7 seasons already in the MPBL? You're down by 20, 25. And then you throw in the towel even as early as the second half, the first
is a
half.
double technical foul between number 9, AJ Coronel, and number 11, John Galinato, both for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Okay, so that basically cancels everything out, that double text against John Galinato and AJ Coronel. Nothing more. Importante yun because yun nangyari in that Quezon Mindoro game. There will be suspensions with what transpired in that second half altercation.
And you know, I think the takeaway in that series, Ken, is that there is a career after basketball. Who's the NBA player? Nate Robinson? Boksingero na ngayon, di ba?
Oh, na-knockout ni Jake Paul.
Tama. Okay, my point is,
Okay.
mukhang may potential sila Grama. Nakita mo yung pag-iwas niya?
Oo nga eh.
It was a literal squat. Let's listen in to Coach Marlon.
Mark to, Mark. Okay, si Jasper. Okay, Coach. Jasper. Ngayon, pag-release. Pare Daryl Cyrus.
Sira natin yan, boys.
Ngayon, pare dalahin natin. Sai, kaliwa to, papunta sa'yo. Jasper to. Nakuha. Ngayon, penalty sila, pare I-draw natin. Di na natin, Okay, ngayon, ang pwede natin i-release. Ito, Christian, angat. Okay, exit din dito. Nakuha. Wala yung legal screen, Score!
You heard that timeout from Coach Marlon Martin. What do you make of that huddle there, Coach Chris?
I really don't know because I heard names, yes, but we couldn't really say. There weren't any terminologies, maybe a zoom action or a staggered screen. But let's see. I think the ball will end up with Cyrus Tabi.
Key thing here is San Juan is in penalty, and that's why Tabi attacked, but sorry miss at the rim.
That was a bunny miss.
No need to foul though if you're Pasay. You could play it out. Down by 2. 31 seconds remaining. Wamar will pull up off the glass. No good. Natapik. Nakaifa rito ang bola. But Wamar pokes it loose. Gets it back for the Knights.
They have to foul.
Pasay gives up a foul. That's their last foul to give.
That's why you always want to, especially if you're a big, to hold on to the basketball first in transition. And look at this getaway. Passing 2 defenders. You cannot ask for a better look at the rim than that by Cyrus Tabi. At ito, yung pagbaba ng bola ni Fajarito, hindi niya nakita o naramdaman itong si Orlan Wamar sa kanyang kaliwa. Crucial turnover.
Girl ka dito, Aldrich. Okay. Oo. Tapos, AC. Ganyan ka lang. Oo, tapos punta ka doon. Okay? Pare, be available lahat, ha?
Pare ko, hit the pass.
Papunta. Pare, be available lahat.
Inuuna ko siya.
Isa pa ko.
Okay, Pearl.
Angat.
Hit the pass, ha?
Okay.
Pare ko.
Tapos pag wala, pakita ka dito. Pagka ganito dito, dyan, punta ka na dito.
I-steal pa yan, ha? Baka umistil yan.
Tapos pag hindi nakakuha ng steal, dahil may foul. Ang iiwan natin, makinig. Yung pinakmalayo. Happy contest.
Pare, hard foul.
Contest. Double pa rin tayo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 MPBL playoffs. We're only in the first round, but boy, this series, game number 1, a carjack finish here. San Juan protecting a 2-point lead. They have the basketball. Pasay needs to foul. Soberano is free. Will not force up a shot. They will burn some time off the clock. And Galinato will be tested at the line.
I was surprised that Soberano, even after the shot fake, did not go up strong because he could have ended up either with 2 points or possibly a potential 3-point play. And now it puts Galinato at the line. Now he has to hit 2 and he misses the first. And obviously a one-possession ball game even if he makes the second one.
San Juan and Pasay both have 1 timeout each. Galinato coming into this game an 80% free throw shooter. Sinks the back end of his 2 free throws. Pasay will use their final timeout. Down by 3, 16.7 seconds left. And very interesting what Coach Marlon Martin will map out here. They had a great ATO in that overtime victory against Rizal on the road. Let's see what he comes up with this time around.
Pare, focus lang. Okay, line tayo, ha? Line. Okay, so tingnan nyo, ha? Pa-follow lang tayo. Okay, pa-follow tayo. Ngayon, pag-release, ha? Pag-release, tingnan nyo, ha? Papunta ng stagger yan. Pagkakuha natin dito, Christian to, ha? Christian to. Okay, so si Mark, ay si Josh. Okay, guys, tingnan nyo, ha? Tingnan nyo. Ulit.
Coach ako to.
Oh. Hindi, si Mark na to, si Mark. Chubbs, Sai. Okay, si Mark to, Jasper to, sorry, Jasper. Release.
Mark,
Nakuha? Okay, drop tayo rito, Christian ha. Okay, pag ganito tayo. Okay, papakita lang natin, pare, pero ito tayo ha. Nakuha? Okay. Nakuha. Hindi ko lang. Pag hindi nakuha, tuloy pa rin ang isa. Hit. Clear? Nakuha, pwede tayo kumuha ng 3. Pero kung kaya natin, sabay. Sino yung bounder boss? Ako. Jasper. Isa pa. Tuloy. Nakuha, pakita. Ito. Nakuha, ituloy. Saka natin.
Ito coach, pupunta na doon. Papunta doon yun ha, huwag niyo kalimutan ha.
All right. I think they will reset the clock. Mas mababa pa yung oras dyan. I think around the 16-second mark. Pasay has burned their final timeout, Coach Chris. What do you make of how they'll try to execute this?
Well,
down by 3?
we heard Coach Marlon Martin, his design inbounds play is either a need 3 or a need 2, meaning if the 3 is available, whether it's a first or second action, then take it. Pero pag wala, they can go for the quick 2. Now, here's the thing. If they I think they should go for a quick 2. And if Coach Alex, because he has 1 more timeout remaining, pag hindi niya ginamit yung timeout niya, pinasok niya si Villapando. And I'm just, speaking in terms of strategy here.
Okay.
If he doesn't take that timeout and they inbound the basketball, I'm looking to foul a guy called off the bench like Villapando, who has yet to take an attempt really in this game, has seen minimal action, and obviously pinasok siya for defensive purposes, has only been inside the court 2 minutes and 10 seconds before this one. So let's see.
Galliano. Hand off to JR Chavez. Salenga
We're taking
makes his
too
move.
long.
Kick out, open free, J.R. Chavez. It's good! That was a broken play, Coach Chris. But they made it happen. J.R. Chavez once again ties the ball game up at 77 apiece.
Now what's the saying? If it's not broken, you keep playing. And you're right, it was a broken play. It looked to be leading to a turnover after that drive by Salenga. But there's such a thing in this world as timing. And he was at the right place at the right time and he knocks it down. Let's listen in to Coach Alex.
Next, doon na sa camera. Okay, staggered. Backpick. Makita ka, Wami. Okay, so pag Wami, 8.5, zero. Backpick. Staggered. Tapos na pang-staggered kay... kunwari kukuha ka muna, tapos kukunin ni Mami itong kita. Tapos, tatlo, papasama mo dito, JC, ha? Ano kung seven? Next! Staggered na gamit mo.
A cold-blooded free by J.R. Chavez, tying this thing up at 77 all. Lawrence Victoria watching his former team come back from a 25-point deficit, but they would need one more stop to force this into overtime. Cuellar gets it to Orlan Wamar. 5 seconds remaining on an island against AJ Coronel. Wamar makes his move. Puts it up. No good. And we are going into OT.
Well, it was a play designed for Orlan Wamar. He was the one who gave the down screen, pero bumalik siya sa bola and then just left Coronel on an island. It really looked good from our angle. It was a good line, but it was off to the left as it reached the rim. We're gonna need 5 extra minutes to determine the winner. Game 1 of this series.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. We check out our fan of the game. Hatid sa atin yan ng LGR. Again, our official outfitter of the MPBL. We need 5 more minutes of this one. Game number 1 between San Juan and Pasay amidst this almost jam-packed crowd inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City. Muli po again Pangilinan with Coach Christian Luanzon at courtside. We have Miss Mika Abesamis. And if you're just tuning in, Pasay was down by as many as 25 points in the first half. In fact, they shot 1 out of 18 from beyond the arc in the first 2 quarters. But J.R. Chavez hitting the game-tying free at less than 10 seconds left in the fourth to force overtime. And Pasay, with this possession, a chance to take the lead for the very first time in this ball game. Cyrus Tabi makes his move. Both teams in penalty, but Tabi committed a traveling violation.
That was an interesting call, but turnover nonetheless para kay Cyrus Tabi. So both teams starting the first possession in OT with a turnover. Here's the drive. There's the help. Yeah.
Just the very first turnover though against Cyrus Tavi in this game. So Orlan Mamar with JC Culyar, Dexter Marquez, Raul Soyod, and AC Soberano. AC had 9 of his 18 points in the fourth quarter. Soyod is free inside. Nice feed from Orlan Mamar.
Just the defense in the backside caught ball watching. Because that was a lob pass by Owamar. The backside, I believe, was Darren Manliquez. Maybe had a chance to disrupt that pass. And nonetheless, first 2 points of the fourth quarter goes to San Juan, care of Soyud.
Tabi fakes.
Overtime, sorry.
Manliquez for the lead.
That's way off.
Marquez, the rim run.
Tapped out.
Oh, wait a minute. Nalito lang. Wala pa rin ang San Juan. I mean, it's a minute detail at this point, but I just have to mention it. Every time I and Coach Christian Luanzon are here in Palayan City,
Yeah.
only sa close game.
Yeah, middle name namin, overtime eh. Pagpasok pa lang ng toll gate, papasok ng Nueva Ecija. Nagbabago na yung birth certificate. Manliquez! Dire-diretso!
Ito si Darren Manliquez. Naitabla na ang lamang. Naitabla na ang laban rather. 79 all. Curious decision though by Coach Alex of inserting 2 point guards in this overtime period, Culyar and Orlan Mamar.
Probably to match up against the 2 guards also of Chavez Jr. and Manliquez, but Soberano. He's had the hot hand since the start of the fourth. Beautiful passing by Pasay. Manliquez to Coronel to Soriano.
Isa ang lamang ng San Juan, 82-81. AC Soberano though, 21 points, 7 triples. Dangerous pass. Soyod natapik. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Soberano, catch and shoot free. It's short. Marquez, the offensive rebound, gives it up to Orlan Mamar. Mamar turns the corner. Skip pass, Culyar. His turn of a 3.
That's
Still no go.
That's a shot you want to give up if you're Pasay. And here's Pasay. What a pass!
Manliquez, the fake, the basket plus the foul. Pasay takes their first lead of the ball game.
Just a beautiful second feed to Manliquez on the run by your big man. Look at that pass. The fake, the foul, the 3-point play. Pasay really feeling themselves right now.
If you remember, Daryl Manliquez was part of that team with Cebu where they figured in a close game with San Juan. That was the very first game of San Juan in the 7th season of the MPBL. It was here in Palayan City and they fell short with that Dennis Santos miss. But here he is trying to redeem himself on a different team at that. And higher stakes, game 1 here in the first round. Pasay with a 2-point lead in overtime, 84-82.
Well, you started that sentence with, if you remember, I'm going to start mine. I don't. So thanks for explaining everything. Gamboa back in with a fade.
Malakas.
Wala.
Manliquez grabs the rebound. Chance to extend the lead for the Pasay Voyagers.
Well, this would be, if this game slips away from San Juan, a monumental collapse in the playoffs after that lead of 25.
Salenga, the pass outside. Chavez, too strong. And also, very important to note, Pasay has yet to win a playoff game in the MPBL. They've made the playoffs 3 times. They were swept by their opposition in all of those playoff series, including San Juan back in the Lacan Cup.
So sumasandal sila doon sa sikat na kasabihan. There's always a first time. Tingnan natin kung ito yung magiging first time nila in their 5 seasons out of the 7 here in the MPBL.
Kala
Getting
ko,
that first playoff win.
kala ko may frozen reference kayo.
Wala.
For the first time in forever.
Yeah.
We'll see. For Pasay. I mean,
Anytime you wear, pink jerseys all throughout the year, it deserves some sort of a first time. Diba? Next to ano yan eh, next to red, diba? Ang red, love, diba? Pink, close to it.
2 seconds left on the shot clock. For Pasay, baseline inbound, Manligues. Lobs it up, Sanko does not recognize the shot clock, puts it up anyway. And Soyot clears it for San Juan. Wamar only has 8 points. He will drive. And he gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Orlan Wamar.
If you're Pasay, you gotta find a way in the next possession, offensive possessions coming up against San Juan. Find a way for Orlan Wamar to give up the basketball and at the same time containing the other guys, because Orlan Wamar has done a splendid job of finding open teammates off kickouts, especially Soberano on his outside shots. Now, he is not in double figures in terms of assist. He does have 5, but also has 6 turnovers. But if Pasay could find a way, again, para mag-give up ni Wamar yung bola and not giving up open shots on the kickout, I think they would have a really good chance of stealing this game after being down by 25 points.
Tabla ulit, 84 all. Manligues with a basketball against AC Soberano. Fajarito, quick free. Not even close.
Ang pinuligat si Fajarito. He's holding on to his right calf.
Arvin Gamboa up top against Mark Sanko. Wamar, free for a free. Off the heel, rebound Mark Sanko.
Oh, the defense of Pasay fortunate that time, giving up an open shot to San Juan's #1 player.
Manligues lost it though. Under a minute left here in the first overtime period. Oh,
Well, he had to give up the foul because Fajarito in pain, holding on to his left calf.
he's played 33 minutes, 20 points, 6 rebounds.
My question is, what are the other 4 doing? Because he was already in pain, possession prior. Now, nung pagbaba nila ng opensa, because how Manligues pushed the basketball from the backcourt to the front, that's a good no call para hindi into yung play. Kasi I don't think Fajarito was on the floor yet.
Yeah.
But for him also to give up that foul. But anyway.
Missing the front end of his free throws, no, Orlan Wamar.
Uncharacteristically, especially in the clutch. Itong si Orlan Wamar to miss a free throw.
Coming into this game, shooting 81.3% from the line. Wow, back-to-back misses.
Oh!
But Soriano, unable to secure the rebound. Much to the chagrin of Coach Marlon Martin, who has his hands up on the bench.
Because he thought he got fouled. Well, let's see if they can make a big stop here or if San Juan can take the lead. What a block by Soriano.
He makes up for that miscue. 38 seconds to go. Pasay with a basketball.
No need to foul if you're San Juan. Babalik pa ang bola sa inyo as long as you get a stop and secure the defensive rebound. Chavez Jr. wants this.
Yeah, you can sense it. Chavez can't shake off Gamboa though. Manligues with 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up for 3. It will roll out. Chavez grabs the offensive rebound. He will pull it back out. About a 5-second differential between shot and game clock.
Gusto talaga ni Chavez eh.
Way off though, 9 seconds left. Santo deflects it out of bounds and it will stay with San Juan.
Timeout sila.
Tense moments here in overtime.
I'm just so happy they didn't decide to review that. Okay? Because clearly the last touch was Emerson Oreta. Akala ko i-review pa nila.
Timeout San Juan. Let's listen in to Coach Alex.
Ginawa natin last time. Ikaw to. Corner lang ako. Okay. Andiyan ka na lang. Okay. Sigay. Baka yan, i-deny. Pwede ka mag-fake handoff. Okay, dito ka pumunta. Pero bigay natin kay Wami. Wami. 6 seconds yan, ha? Mahaba pa yan, ha? Drive hard. Okay, roll. And pop. Roll and pop, okay? Pare, sa atin to. Away, ha? Away. Babalik mo lang kay Wami, ha? Okay, sorry. Sigay. Balik mo kay Wami. Tapos screen text. No illegal screen, ha? Downhill. Okay. Diyan ka na lang, ha? Mag-backdoor ka.
All right, 6.4 seconds left. Last time out for the Knights. Pasay still has one more.
Do you sense something like a deja vu here? Because tulad ng pinakita no, ng ating production team kanina, this was exactly the case. What was that? 2-3 months ago?
5 months ago.
5 months ago with a game winner. Wamar has the basketball now.
1 second left. And Cyrus Tabi almost got it in. Not sure if it would have counted had it gone in. But man, we need 5 more minutes, Coach Chris.
I mean, it's the playoffs, so you can't complain. But a better job defending. It looked to be the same action that led to the game winner by Wamar to Maikes. The only difference was the two-man game coverage. 5 months ago, Wamar was able to escape and make a drop pass for the game-winning layup by Maikes. Tulad ng pinakita natin, a different story in the last play defensively. Pasay and San Juan, tulad nga sinabi mo, 5 more extra minutes.
Oh man, the Novo Encijanos have an early treat. A great appetizer for our main attraction tonight. Later on, JV Marcelino and the rest of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards will defend their home court kalaban ng Pangasinan Heatwaves. Commissioner Kenneth Doremdes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, Head of Operations Emer Oreta. And,
3 former players, you know, sanay na sa mga overtime na yung tatlong yun. Whether as an executive now or as former players back in their heyday. But we start the third quarter with Pasay getting the first possession and the first turnover. Wamar will be fouled.
That's a hard foul.
Yeah, and a hard fall too.
Chavez and was that Coronel giving chase?
Yeah.
Wamar still down. So he was 2 steps ahead of J.R. Chavez.
Well, from live play, the fall was hard. Let's see if the cause was, on the face. This is going to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah.
But I don't think Coronel was going for the head. I thought he was trying to go for the ball. It just so happened.
AJ Coronel is third.
It's a normal foul.
Just regular foul, yeah. Because there was no wind-up.
Yeah.
There's usually a wind-up if you're trying to go anything except the ball. It just so happened na medyo behind siya, no? At tumama yung kanyang elbow sa ulo ni Wamar. But nonetheless, it's good to see Wamar stand up, take the free throws. What's not good is missing his 3rd straight free throw after he missed those two crucial free throws in the first overtime.
Morgan Wamar, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. It's been a struggle for him, both from the field and from the line. But hits the back end of that. Manligues comes back in for J.R. Chavez. Farito still on the bench. Manligues is joined by Mark Sanco, Cyrus Tabi, Jopet Soriano, and AJ Coronel. Manligues still with a rock, spins, in trouble. Sanco got blocked by Andres Ramos. Panganiban in stride, can't finish. Quickly on the other side, Coronel gives it back out to Daryl Manligues. Now Cyrus Tabi getting a touch of the basketball against AC Soberano. The shoulder by Aldrich Ramos. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Tabi kick out. Manligues, another 3-point attempt. Not even close. And Pasay missing their shots here in the second overtime. Wamar, 3-point shot, no good. Tabi puts his head down. Goes up strong, but fails to finish. Coach Vic hot on the sidelines. He thought it was off Aldrich Ramos.
We're asking for a review, and I'm not sure if they can do this, because not only how they reacted, but everybody's pretty much on the floor right now.
They could still challenge. In fact, they use it here. Yeah, this is gonna be a big call.
Right. Obviously, when you're in the playoffs, maraming emotion, no? Pero tingnan natin, no? Yung mangyayari dito sa review ng mga officials natin.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. Ball possession for Pasay Voyagers.
It's a successful challenge. So it will stay with Pasay. Was it because it went out of bounds before it hit AJ Coronel? So that was the call made by our officials.
Well, a good job of challenging, obviously. Nasa tamang angulo sila, so nakita nila, no, na last touch itong San Juan. I thought they were fortunate, though, as a foul will be called on Soberano. I thought Pasay was fortunate that they weren't called for a technical or at least a warning because of how they reacted. Usually you get something out of that. But then again, moving forward, Manligues is going to end up at the line. Let's see, no, if he has enough ice in his veins to make two and take the lead.
Daryl Manligues, prior to this game, actually has yet to make a free throw. And he misses.
Did you say prior to this game?
Yeah. 0%.
Out of?
Let's see. But so far, it's 2 out of 4. But two big misses at the line. But it will stay with Pasay. Lucky break for the Voyagers.
Not enough ice right there, but enough water to retain possession, if that makes any sense.
Binalik na rin si Jasper Salenga.
Once again, there is a referee substitution.
As they were able to get a hand in, deflect the potential defensive rebound for San Juan. Ngayon, mananatili yung bola sa kanila.
Manligues, pinasaan si Jopet Soriano.
They missed Jasper Salenga. I thought Manligues. Salenga was wide open. His man fell down. Ayun, sinasabi niya, bumagsak na yung tao ko. Well, this is one guy, Jasper Salenga, feels like has yet to touch the basketball for 2 overtimes, really.
Yeah. Salenga, only 9 points. Tabi catches against Orlan Wamar. 7 seconds left on their shot clock. Tabi tries to wiggle free. Nice pass. Manligues for free. It's a long 2-point shot for Darren Manligues. His foot on the line. And Pasay reclaims the lead, 86-85.
Mas gusto kong field goal kesa sa free throw. Nonetheless, Pasay, as you mentioned, takes the lead after that jumper.
Wamar. Tabi in front of him. Marquez.
Not a fan of that shot.
Yeah, as soon as he released it, you
Still
knew it was a miss.
Yeah, a lot of time on the clock. You were not really open. Let's see if San Juan can get a big stop right here. What does Pasay have?
You want to space out the floor for Darren Manligues. Oh, what a shot fake. Manligues draws closer, gets it back. Salenga reloads, got fouled by Nico Panganiban while taking a 3.
Feels like San Juan is in a state of shock right now. Yung nakikita natin nung first half sa kanila, especially on the defensive end, of how aggressive they were, of how they were securing defensive rebounds. Not that time. They give the second opportunity, the kick out, close out, undisciplined, landing spot clearly. The consequence, 3 free throws. Salenga, let's see if he can make up for the 2 misses of Manligues previously. He doesn't.
Big misses at the line for both teams.
Pero may dalawa pa siya.
Pasay 12 out of 21.
Soyo checks in. That would put Gamboa at the 3 spot. So malaki ang lineup, no, to address yung rebounding nitong San Juan. But obviously you give up little shooting and quickness by putting Panganiban on the bench. Marquez pumunta rin sa bench.
By the way, this is the second time rather that Pasay has gotten into double overtime in this season. They won that was that triple overtime against Rizal on the road. They were able to persevere and get that win. So they're 1-0 in terms of games that went into at least double overtimes.
At dahil nabanggit mo yan, huwag ka sana magbilang anghel.
Let's see, Arvin Gamboa.
I thought he traveled. He changed his pivot foot.
Two former Mapuas going at it. Mintes yung 3 ni Aldrich Ramos. Pasay a chance to make this a 2-possession ball game as we are entering the last 2 minutes of the second overtime period.
Manligues, he wants this possession against Orlan Wamar's defense.
Salenga is also cramping up.
Who wouldn't? If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I'm cramping up right now myself. This 2 overtime and nakaupo lang tayo rito.
Hindi yung legs yung nagkakramp sa'yo ha. Linawin lang natin ha.
Yung bunganga ko.
Salenga, Fajarito, both succumbing to cramps, and yet Pasay is up by 2. A chance to extend the lead to 4 if Manligues can make both. Gets the friendly roll on the first. Daryl Manligues. With 15 points, 5 rebounds. Calmly sinks both. Pasay with their biggest lead at 4 points, 89-85. Wamar attacks and will head to the line again for 2 free throws. And first and one, something you like with little time chipped off the clock. Coach Alex Angeles getting an early test here in the first round. Wamar sinks in the first. 89-86. Jasper Salenga still continuing to be attended to by their medical staff here. Wamar, naipasok pareho. 13, 7, and 5. 5 of 8 shooting from the line. J.R. Chavez will check in for Cyrus Tabi.
Well, if Pasay pulls this one off, there's so many unsung heroes. Because Chavez Jr. was the one who set this game into overtime. Daryl Manligues scoreless in the first half. But it feels like every time he has the basketball, he's been in control of every possession except that one.
Naagaw ni Orlan Wamar. Kick out. Somerano for the lead. It's good! AC with 8 triples for a total of 24 points.
What a crucial turnover by Pasay. Instead of extending it to a 2-possession ball game, Chavez Jr. for the 3. Wala, another offensive rebound for Pasay. But instead, San Juan turns that turnover into a 3 on the other end to take the lead.
Sangkong kick out. Chavez tries another one. It will bounce out again. Villapando with a rebound.
Well, that was a good look for Chavez Jr.
44 seconds remaining in the second overtime period. Both teams in penalty.
They're gonna use Wamar as a screener. Babalik din ang bola sa kanya.
Wamar fakes, drives, another fake. The pass to Arvin Gamboa who draws closer, got bumped. And Soriano giving up that foul. 31.4 seconds left.
Dalawang bagay lang nakikita ko rito eh. Dalawang overtime na tayo and it's either players are holding their breath or holding their legs because of cramps. But this time, Soberano not holding that basketball too long. Catch, shoot, net.
And this is a guy that really struggled shooting the ball to begin the season. AC Soberano.
Tama. Tama ka dyan. Continue.
Gamboa closing in on a double-double as well.
And Soberano, correct me if I'm wrong, led the league last year in terms of 3-point percentage.
Tama.
There you go. Thank you. Akala ko talagang fatal na ang aking memory gap. May pag-asa pa pala.
Lumalaban pa.
Yes.
Wow. Both free throws put in by Arvin Gamboa. Not normally an efficient shooter from the line. Coming up clutch here. Extending the lead to 3 points, 92-89.
I'm surprised Pasay not taking a timeout. Still has 1 remaining, so I guess they have something designed here for Jasper Salenga. With that zipper action, he's going to take a 3.
For free, it will roll out. Soyo the rebound.
They need to foul.
17 seconds to go. Wamar held on by Jopet Soriano. Salenga asking for a foul. He thought he got clipped on that attempt from beyond the arc. Wamar a chance to extend the lead. he does. Has found his rhythm at the line. 6 out of 9. .7 rebounds and 7 assists. 2 for 2. 5 na ang lamang ng San Juan Knights. Timeout Pasay. And they need a quick basket. We'll be back after this. Turbong Cuevas in attendance, and the mission for them remains the same, is to add another banner at the top of the Nueva Ecija Coliseum amidst this really raucous crowd inside the Novo Ecijanos lair. Later we'll see Nueva Ecija take on Pangasinan in a very iconic showdown. But first, boy, what a game between San Juan and Pasay, number 3 versus number 6. And the fans here getting a treat early. 25-point lead by San Juan in the first half. And Pasay just chipped away at that lead slowly in the last 2 quarters, and that J.R. Chavez free forcing overtime. And then we're here needing 10 more minutes. Not 1 overtime, but 2 overtimes here in Palayan City. But Pasay needs some sort of a miracle here. Down by 5, 15.5 seconds left. No more timeouts for the Voyagers.
If you're Coach Alex Angeles, if you give up a basket right here, it's anything but a 3.
Tabi. Binigay kay Josh Galliano. Kick out. Manligues had to adjust that shot, and that's gonna do it. San Juan surviving that spirited rally by the Pasay Voyagers, and they will take game number 1. But boy, if there's any indication of how this game has turned out, game number 2 will not be easy. But note here, it will be at the Philoil Eco-Oil Center. San Juan will hold home court advantage against the Pasay Voyagers.
And then they will try to go to close it out in their home floor. This was almost a monumental collapse after leading as much as 25 early in the first half. But hey, nasa playoffs tayo. You don't expect any team to just throw in the white towel. And you talk about a guy who, relatively struggled, I would say, of shooting the basketball nung first quarter while everyone was hot. Soberano picked up his 3-point shooting, had 3 in the fourth quarter, had a crucial one to take the lead after the turnover in the second overtime, and really turned around this game and able to lead San Juan with a 5-point win.
And that snaps that 11-game winning streak by the Pasay Voyagers, and also preventing their very first playoff win here in the MPBL. San Juan prevailing here against Pasay 94-89 in double OT. Let's go courtside to Miss Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, AC. Talaga namang pinasaya ng Pasay lalo ang larong ito, no? Pero hindi sila umubra sa 8 triples mo. Meron kang 3 nung last 2 minutes. Meron kang 1 nung first overtime at meron kang 1 importante nung second overtime. Kumusta ka pagkatapos sa larong ito? Bukod sa alam kong pagod na pagod ka.
Siyempre, sobrang exhausted. Pero ang sarap sa feeling kasi, nakuha namin yung panalo. Hindi kami sumuko as a team. Hindi lang ako. Credit sa team, sa coaches, sa trust na binigay nila sa isa't isa sa amin. And siyempre kay Sen. And siyempre kay Papa God na siya talaga yun. Hindi talaga ako yun. Siya talaga yun. Kasi hindi ko na alam. Sabi ko, basta ibibigay ko lahat. Ibibigay ko lahat para sa larong to. Lalo nakakabalik ko lang. So, yun.
AC, alam kong emotional ka, pero ang gandang naging sukatan no, nitong game na to. Ano ba masasabi mo sa naging performance ng Pasay? Tingin mo at what point sila nakahabol dito sa game?
Grabe yung energy nila. Doon sila bumawi talaga sa second half. Exhausted talaga. Yun siguro, yung energy nila and yung teamwork nila, nag-enjoy lang din sila sa loob. Salamat lang at di kami bumigay agad. Di talaga kami bumigay para sa game na to.
Maraming salamat. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Salamat kay Senator Jingo Estrada, Boss Monching Talisayon, Boss James Go, Boss Dennis Abella, Go for Gold, Jeremy Go, 69 Pong Bar, Abella Industries, 1914 Athletics, kay Boss Kyle, JSU Amosop, kay Pastor Ferdy, and yung mama ko, wife ko, mga kapatid ko, pamangkin, and sa baby ko, and yung lolo ko na tagal na bedridden. Sabi ko sa kanya, kapag nakalakad ka ngayong game na to, papanoorin mo ko. Siguro yun yung naging motivation ko. Emotional lang. Para sa game na to, yun lang.
Napakaganda AC at siguradong nanonood si Lolo. No? Maraming salamat and congratulations. Nandyan siya ngayon.
Maglalakad siya. Binabati ko yung lolo ko, nandyan siya. Sabi ko, pag di siya nakapaglakad ngayon, di siya sama sa game. So ayun, pinilit na maglakad para sa game. Yun siguro yung naging motivation ko.
Maraming salamat. Once again, congratulations AC Soberano and the rest of the San Juan Knights. Balik sa inyo, Coach Chris.
So beautiful. Maraming salamat, Mika. A very inspired performance from AC Soberano, knocking down that go-ahead free in double overtime to will San Juan to this win over Pasay. Hindi pa tayo tapos, mga kaliga. Up next, oh man, this should be a fun one between the Pangasinan Heatwaves traveling on the road facing the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Keep it here dahil magbabalik pa ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.